Alright, so there's this guy named Revert. People have been telling me to look into this guy for so long. Ever since he had like 5 or 10,000 subscribers. Now he's got like 50,000 and he plays for Chronic. I don't know why anyone would ever join Chronic, but yeah, he's apparently the fastest 60 FPS console editor. Now, I've done a lot of looking into this guy before, and I can tell you that there's a lot of things wrong. And a lot of the clips he posts, there's a lot of clip splitting he does. So in this clip, first one in this video, you can actually see it. So if you watch the timer up here in the corner, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it just goes to 16. So just a blatant clip split. Kind of strange there, I guess. Now the next thing you'll probably notice is these edits. Now, in the past, in exposing videos, especially the satire ones, people have always been like, well, saying that's not possible isn't really proof. But in a way, it is, because this guy claims to be on console, right? His frames are locked at 60, which is absolutely something you can do on a computer. But he's editing like this. That's a little bit suspicious. People on my live stream, when I first watched this video, were saying that editing that quickly on console is not possible, and then the clips I'm watching right now are not. It's not just, oh, I'm jealous of console players being faster than me. It's that the input delay on consoles would not allow for this type of speed. If you watch an actual console editor, you'll see a lot of delay, and if you watch their hand cam, you see a lot of delay as well. So, I'm actually not even sure what I'm exposing Revert for here. He's either a fast editor, like a pretty good editor on computer. He's either playing on a computer, locking his frames at 60, or he's using a macro on a console. I'm not actually sure what he does. Both could be very viable, but it's not possible to edit this quickly on a console. They have too much natural input delay. Even if your controller is wired or using a scuff or whatever, it's still not possible to edit that quickly on, the input delay of a console. Now, I'll be saying, well, he's clearly not playing on PC. He's proved that he's on console before, and he's actually not. I forget if it's fastest console editor does a hand cam. Do I macro? If we watch this clip here, he shows his Xbox controller. This is an Xbox, a Microsoft Xbox One controller. This is not a scuff. This is not a special controller. This is a Microsoft Xbox One controller. And then he shows his keyboard and his mouse, and then he shows that he's on 60 FPS, which I don't get why he did that, because anyone on computer can just lock their frames at 60, but alright. And then he shows that his Xbox is turned on. Now, this, obviously, a lot of people are going to be looking past this and like, well, I guess he plays on Xbox then. He didn't prove anything. He didn't prove that his controller is plugged into the console. He didn't prove that the console's output is going to that monitor. He doesn't press the home button on his controller while editing to prove that he's actually on a console. He doesn't do that. So in this video, he uses a regular controller, just a regular Xbox controller. Claims to be on a console. Now, I'm not exactly sure what button he uses to edit, but he's clicking significantly slower than the edits are going through. Now, I'm not saying this is any type of proof, because I'm not sure how, double binds and stuff work on controller. What I'm saying is that he's proved nothing about playing on a console. He's showing his hand, and we hear buttons being clicked, and he's resetting 2 things, maybe even 3, per, tile. There's, a bunch of things he's resetting at once. Now, at the end of the video, he shows this hand cam doesn't show the frame rate in the top on the screen, interestingly enough. He plays on a monitor as well, not a TV. And then here, he's not editing. He's showing a recording from his phone of showing that he's on a console. There he presses the Xbox home button. Now, in these other clips, he didn't do that. He just showed that an Xbox is turned on. If I had an Xbox One, I could just turn it on and pretend to play on console, cap my frames at 60 and put the settings on high. But he doesn't do any fast editing. He just shows that he owns an Xbox and he has Fortnite on the Xbox. He doesn't show that he's actually, like, you know, playing on an Xbox. He's just showing that he's standing here and he has an Xbox. He doesn't prove anything at all about, oh, he's definitely on an Xbox. But yeah, the edits he does are not possible for console without a macro. I used to play exclusively on console before I had a computer. I watch people that play on console, and I know what console edits look like, and no matter how fast your fingers are, it's not possible because there's a lot of input delay on a console. That's just how it is. Ugh. Now, I'd be saying, well, he showed his console settings. He showed his console settings. Keep in mind also, this controller, this video came out a month and a half after the last video we watched, and he has a different controller. Now his controller's got, like, you know, it's a scuff controller looking thing. Oh, 1 like equals 1 prayer, whatever. So he shows his clips of him, you know, editing quickly. Wow, you know, extremely impressive apparently. That song is literally horrible. But, you know, he's flying through these double edits. I wouldn't say that these double edits are macros. Like, if he was on a PC, I'd be like, oh, you know, that's perfectly legit. You know, editing like this on a computer is perfectly legit. I would never accuse this of being a macro. But in terms of the input delay, like, I've talked to console players. I've talked to some of the really fast console editors that I know, and they all say that it's not possible to do this on console. He's also blatantly clipbotting as well. I haven't even checked this video for clip splits, but I'm absolutely sure that some of them are split. And then at the very end of the video, actually here, for some reason he shows Minecraft gameplay, which means he does have a computer, but anyways, we're not talking about that. So if we go here, he goes, okay, here's settings, lol. And then he shows his Xbox settings. This is an Xbox settings menu. But at no point does he ever, like, back out of the menu and go edit. He's just showing Xbox settings. See, like, at no point does he prove that he's playing on an Xbox. He's shown that he does own an Xbox, but while he's building, while he's playing, while he's editing quickly, he's never pressed the home button. He always shows it in a whole different clip. Here, we don't see him editing. We see him, you know, building quickly and editing over here. Then it splits to Minecraft for, like, no reason at all. And then he just says, okay, here's my settings, lol. And then doesn't even show that he's playing on a console. So sure, he owns a console. These might be the settings that, you know, he's played with on console, but he likely doesn't actually play on console. He's just never proven it before. Like, wow, dude, you're really cool showing your settings. What he should do is, while building and editing with a hand cam, press the Xbox home button, show that he's on an Xbox, go into the settings, show that these are Xbox settings with no clip splits whatsoever. And that would prove it, I guess. But at that point, all that would prove is that he macros on console. Because it is absolutely possible, by the way. Don't tell me you can't macro on console. Hold on, I'll even prove that. How to macro on console. There's a million videos here. A lot of them have a lot of views. Macroing on console is absolutely possible, so don't even try and tell me that it's not. But yeah, it's possible to macro on console, although I don't know if that's what he does. I don't know. He's either editing legit on PC, or he's macroing on a console. I don't really know. We've really seen no proof. Like, him showing that an Xbox is turned on just proves literally nothing to anyone. But yeah, that's essentially it. I don't know. I'm assuming he's going to be commenting on this video with his massive ego because he's a creative warrior for one of the worst Fortnite clans. But whatever. Let's see if Ego Man has a small enough ego to comment on my video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I would definitely assume that he's cheating, if I'm going to be honest. And he also, you know, clip splits blatantly. I already proved that. And he blatantly clip bots as well, which just means that his videos are extremely unimpressive and, quite frankly, pretty awful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Peace out.